What a show. After the amazing 003 card, Misfits and DAZN needed a big show to top what Misfits was able to produce in Austin, Texas. And on January the 14th, the OVO Arena and all the fighters on the card produced some legendary moments, great fights and amazing KOs. But let's take a deep dive into what was the Misfits 004 card. This is the fight franchise and the review of Misfits 004. The first fight on the card was Idris Virgo vs Anthony Taylor. In a fight many fans predicted Idris Virgo to box his way to a win, with Idris dominating most of the fight and Anthony Taylor getting gassed early on. This led to a boxing clinic by Idris Virgo against an MMA fighter. Idris did have some great moments in the third round, dropping Anthony Taylor, but couldn't get that decisive knockout. Anthony Taylor was just too tough and couldn't be dropped and knocked out. He did have some great moments catching Idris with some great right hands, but it wasn't enough. He was outboxed and shown the level he was at in the boxing game. I think if he wants success in the influencer world, he needs to start boxing people who are on his level, as aiming for boxers, they are just too good for him. Like Tommy Fury and Idris Virgo, they just have too much skill. I think Anthony Taylor and Tyrone Woodley would be a great fight. As two MMA fighters turned boxers now, they could put on a great scrap for the fans. As for Idris Virgo, this was a good decision win, but we need to see him step up the level and see where he is at in this boxing world, as he has the eyes on him now. Now let's see if he can use that to his advantage, and let's see if he can work his way up the ranks and become a great professional boxer. Overall, this was an entertaining fight for the fans to start off the card, and I think everyone predicted Idris to get the decision, even I did on my preview show. Next up was Elle Brooke vs FaZe Ordway, in one of the most entertaining fights of the night. Both girls from the bell showed great heart and grit, trading back and forth blows from the early get-go, with Elle Brooke just being so powerful from the start and landing some great shots on Faith. She would land the more significant blows early on and drop Faith Ordway. However, Faith showed amazing heart and got back up, even busting up Elle Brooke. Both girls traded shots, but it was just too much for Faith. Elle just had too much power, and in the first round secured a great TKO stoppage. This was easily the best women's fight influencer boxing has ever seen, and Faith shouldn't even be disappointed in her performance. She fought amazing. She even landed some damaging shots on Elle. I think if she bulked up and they had a rematch, it would be an even better fight. Elle just showed her training is paying off. Training with high-level boxer Ebony Bridges shows iron sharpens iron. This was a fantastic win for Elle and has turned her into an even bigger superstar in this space. I think we'll see girls now scared to fight Elle, but hopefully we get to see her fight again soon, as she is entertaining. As for how my predictions went on this fight, I predicted an Elle Brooke decision. I got her winning correct, but I didn't believe it would be this impressive. As for Faith, she should have her head held up high, and I think most fans would love to see her back in there again, as in the limited time she spent in the ring, this was her first fight, and she didn't even look bad. I just think she either needs to go down in weight or bulk up to fight the heavier girls. Overall, this was a fun fight, and showing there is space for the women who want to compete in influencer boxing. Just for the women who want to compete, take it seriously like these two girls did, and we could be in for some entertaining fights over the coming years. Next up, we had Swarms vs Ryan Taylor. Both men coming off losses, Swarms to KSI and Ryan Taylor to Slim. This was a fight everyone was expecting to be a scrap. With both men having respect for each other but trash talking each other, the seeds were planted for an amazing fight. The bell went, and to his credit, Swarms looked a lot better. With a much better stance and amazing footwork, showed he has been taking this seriously since his loss. The fight would proceed, and Swarms would land an amazing jab on Ryan Taylor. Ryan was hurt off this jab and instantly clinched Swarms and backed him to the corner. After they broke off the clinch, you could tell something was up with Ryan. With Swarms stopping and asking him if he's alright, the ref jumped in. Ryan would go back to his corner and tell his corner he couldn't see, which would end up getting Swarms the TKO victory, with many people now coining him the One Punch Man. And though people will say Swarms got lucky, yeah, maybe he did, but he deserves it. He's put in the hard work and he threw the punch, so he deserves the win. As you can see, he is putting effort into this, and hopefully he gets a fight down the line where he can show off his amazing skills and maybe another one punch knockout. As for Ryan Taylor, credit to him, as his corner was telling him to carry on and fight, and for most people in his position, they probably would carry on and fight, because as men we fight with ego, and as the fight game has shown over the years, boxing isn't a tough man's sport, it's the intelligent man's sport, and he chose to live to fight another day. As fighting has shown us, with cases like Michael Bisping, that sometimes losing your eyesight isn't worth it, as he may get memed and insulted for losing to Swarms, but it doesn't matter, at least he can go home with two eyes, as your health should matter more than your pride. I hope we get to see both guys back in the ring sometime and maybe even rematch. As for now, Swarm should enjoy the moment and hopefully get another fight coming soon, and as for Ryan Taylor, just relax and recover from the injury. As for my prediction on this fight, I got it completely wrong. As for my prediction for this fight, I was predicting a Ryan Taylor knockout. I got this completely wrong. Swarmz ended up knocking him out in the first punch. As for going forward, we may even see Swarmz fight Deji after calling him out after the fight, and we may see Ryan Taylor back in there, maybe against Tom Zanetti, as both guys have lost to Slim in amazing back and forth fights. Imagine if they fought each other, it could end up being fireworks. The next fight on the card arguably produced the greatest moment in influencer boxing history. In a fight many of us didn't even know was happening, the mystery opponent carried on. BDave was fighting a mystery opponent. No one knew who he was. BDave entered the ring and was hyped and pumped, waiting for his opponent to come out. And then the OVO arena and the millions of fans watching at home watched in anticipation to find out who the mystery opponent was. The arena lights went out, and then The Undertaker's theme from WWE played. And then the camera zoomed in on a shadowy figure. Stood with his back turned, he unveiled his hood and turned around and the lights came on. And then to a thunderous ovation into the crowd going wild, it ended up being Luis Alcaraz Pineda. The professional boxer KSI fought in his comeback fight. This sent all the fans crazy and everyone in the arena crazy. And when they ended up fighting, it was like Pineda was fighting in his hometown in Mexico, with the UK fans getting behind him and cheering his every punch. The fight ended up being an amazing scrap, with Pineda showing he is an actual professional boxer. Not an amazing one, but a decent one, showing the levels over BDave. However, BDave fought with some real courage, staying in the fight the whole time even though he looked like he was gone at a few moments. Even getting dropped after the second round, he came back up and fought with amazing heart. After his embarrassment versus KSI, Pineda got the win and redeemed himself. Pineda has turned into a superstar and maybe going forward will be a Misfits regular. As for BDave, we should see him on another card soon, against an opponent on his level. As for Pineda, this was one of the greatest moments in YouTube boxing history, as that return is probably the greatest entrance in YouTube boxing history. Nothing can top it. The anticipation, the entertainment, it was brilliant. This was probably the highlight of the night for many people. And going forward, it might be fun to see these mystery opponents, as it gives the fans another reason to watch, waiting to see who is going to come out. Was it going to be Vicstar? Was it going to be Mr. Beast? No. It was Luis Alcaraz Pineda, and he stole the show that night. Credit to both boys, they put on an amazing fight, an amazing scrap for the fans, and hopefully we see them both again soon. The next fight on the card, Salt Papi fought Josh Bruckner, in what was looking like the toughest test of both guys' boxing career so far, with Salt Papi putting on a clinic, being brilliant at managing the range and the distance the fight was fought at. Salt Papi punished Josh every time he would get in range, countering him with brilliant ones and twos. Josh showed brilliant toughness and tried to get off his own success, but Salt Papi showed his amazing defense. The fight would get to the second round and Salt Papi put on a brilliant display of boxing, countering Josh Bruckner coming in and dropping him, with Josh failing to get up before the 10 count. Salt Papi showed he is in the top 5 in this YouTube boxing game and showed he is ready for a big fight. With that amazing knockout and the eyes on him, he has turned into a superstar, who will most likely main event his own card coming soon. As for Josh, he was just unfortunate. He just came up against the better boxer. Down the line, if he works hard and gets back in the ring, maybe we will see these two rematch. And who knows, maybe Josh can pull off the upset against Salt Papi next time. But this was Salt Papi's moment. The biggest win in his career and an amazing knockout, showing brilliant skill. Salt Papi showed he's on another level. As for my prediction for this fight, I predicted a Salt Papi win, either via knockout or decision. Credit to both boys for getting in the ring and putting on a scrap for the fans, and hopefully we see them again soon. Next up, Tom Zanetti fought Slim, in what was the fight of the night. In a fight many fans were predicting Slim to get another amazing knockout, including myself, Tom Zanetti showed real toughness and grit throughout this fight. The first round was an easy Slim win, dominating him with great boxing, but Zanetti showing he has power throwing big punches. The second round continued the same, with Zanetti landing big punches, but Slim showing he was the better boxer of the two. However, the third round is when this fight came to light. After dominating the first 2 rounds with slick boxing skills, Tom Zanetti showed true power and gritness, rocking Slim on multiple occasions. After a back and forth third round, this was the first time we had ever seen Slim in any trouble, getting rocked on multiple occasions and looking like he was gassed. Zanetti would be brilliant throughout the third round, even with many fans thinking he could knock out Slim. It didn't unfortunately come for him, and then we went into the fourth round. In the fourth round we would see amazing action again, however Slim opted to stop brawling and went back to boxing. With the fight going all 4 rounds, Slim ended up winning the unanimous decision. It was a deserved victory for him, but it didn't come easy. Zanetti showed true toughness and power, knocking Slim around the ring. which is the first time we have ever seen that happen. As for my prediction for this fight, I did predict a slim win. I did think he would make it look easier than that, but I was wrong. Tom Zanetti showed amazing toughness, and hopefully we see him again soon. As for going forward, Slim needs to fight in 6-round fights, as a 5th and 6th round of that fight would have been amazing, as we don't know which way it would have ended up going. For Zanetti, we will probably see him back in the ring again soon. This was an amazing fight and definitely fight of the night. The main event would see KSI versus FaZe Temperrr, in a fight which we saw KSI's actual level, which showed he can actually box. The fight started at a frantic pace with KSI putting the pressure on from the get-go, which most fans and myself predicted, doing what he could to blitz the range and get on the inside versus FaZe Temperrr. Though he was putting on brilliant pressure, FaZe Temperrr did catch him and land some great punches. And throughout the first round it was looking like it was gearing up to be a great fight. And then, with 40 seconds to go in the first round, KSI showed some of the best boxing skill we have ever seen him put on in the ring, throwing a right hand and then a lead left hook, dropping FaZe Temperrr and knocking him out. This was brilliant, as KSI delivered on his promise. He said he wanted a first round knockout and he went out and got it. And not just that, he actually showed amazing boxing skills after his terrible displays versus Swarms and Pineda, which left fans wanting more. We have finally seen it. We have finally seen him back the talk that he has been saying on Twitter and online, that he can actually box, showing amazing footwork, great stance switches, and even having his hands low. He finally showed his boxing level. As for FaZe Temperrr, I wouldn't even be gutted. He didn't even fight bad, he just got caught, and in this game anyone can get caught, even the greatest do. I think we'll see FaZe Temperrr fight again soon. I just think he needs a break for now. Hopefully a card in the summertime, or maybe an America card, as when he comes to the UK he unfortunately has no luck. As for KSI, he is gearing up to that super fight with Jake Paul, and hopefully it happens this year. As for my prediction for this fight, I predicted a KSI win, either by decision or a stoppage late on. I was completely wrong. He won in amazing fashion with a brilliant KO, and he even did it better than Slim. Going forward, it looks like he may be fighting Joe Fournier or Tyron Woodley, which are not going to be easy fights, but he has finally shown the fans that he is at a high level and maybe cause these good boxers problems. Hopefully we see KSI fight in the summer again against an even better opponent, and hopefully we see another emphatic victory. From the Joe Weller fight to now, we have seen amazing progress over the years. Taking boxing seriously and backing up all the trash talk, it looks like all the pieces are finally falling into place for KSI. Let's just hope there's no slip-ups before we get to Jake Paul. As for the overall card, it was amazing. Entertainment throughout, amazing fights and great knockouts. The card definitely delivered and crescendoed into a masterful performance from KSI. It is going to be hard to top this card going forward, but hopefully they can. As for everyone who fought, the winners and the losers, they should be proud they got in that ring, as it takes real courage to fight in front of a crowd like that and millions of people watching at home. Hopefully Misfits 005 delivers on this level, with cult hero of England Jay Swingler fighting. And who knows, maybe the next card we may see even Deji fight or even a Nissan Gibb. Misfits has so much potential going forward and is a brilliant form of entertainment in the influencer boxing world. Let's just hope by the end of the year we all get that super mega fight we are all waiting for. Did you enjoy the video? Put it down in the comments below. What was your review of the fight card and what was your favourite moment? Put it down in the comments. Who secured the knockout of the night and who had the performance of the night? Put that down in the comments. And who do you want to see main event the cards going forward? Put that down in the comments as well. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video and subscribe for more fight content coming soon. If you enjoy football, check out our football channel, The Football Franchise, for football content on there. We hope you enjoyed the video and we'll catch you in the next one.